How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting. Welcome back to Mamiya, where we're in the Minato arc, I guess you could say. And we had an interesting one. I kind of thought about it since the last episode when I recorded it. What's really interesting about, first of all, Minato so far is my favorite character. I just think that their challenges are really interesting, and their character is very interesting as well. And there's a lot I can relate with. Minato, specifically how Minato kind of just wants to just enjoy life. Minato's motivation is they don't want anyone to be upset with them. They want to be pleasant. They want to have a good time. They want pretty much everyone just to kind of be just happy, right? And now Minato has other struggles deep down, things that I don't face, but I can understand and relate with the fact that, like, even when they have their friends close, they always feel like they've got a mask on. That's something I can definitely relate to. I feel like I've never been just truly open. I feel like it wouldn't be accepted, or I've started to reveal that and it's not gone well. This channel is a kind of way I get to take off my mask a bit here, but even then I'm not my true self to you all because that's dangerous. I can't literally tell you everything about my life because telling too much about my life could potentially put me in danger or my family. Not today, but some down the line. And everything on here is permanent, right? I don't want, and so danger is a bit over dramatic most likely, but the idea is that I have to control the information that gets out on me in a very public forum where I don't intend to ever take anything down. So I have to be careful. So I still have to be restraining a bit, even though I share a lot more of myself here than I get to share with people 99% of the time in my life. Minato's, I think, very similar. Mina is a part of that. I don't think it's the entirety, though. I think Minato still feels like there's parts of himself that he can't express or can't really share, or is scared to share. And we see a bit more, too, because Minato has a lot of anger and pain. And we saw that expressed when he met the young Nigaki, and he kind of toyed with her, and it was something he enjoyed doing. He understood it wasn't good, it wasn't right, and yet he still did it because he's like, I deserve to be able to do this. This is something that I should do. I should be able to do. And that's it's a dark side of Minato. It's the selfishness that Minato doesn't get to express, selfishness that Minato avoids. Because most of the time, it's not like he wants something enough to make a big deal about it. But in that case, he wanted to punish someone who hurt him so terribly. And he had the power to do it. And he didn't do it super aggressively, but he was enjoying the power he had over someone who had power over him. So I think that that's what this next chapter is going to be, a confrontation of that, the darkness, and being able to admit it. And hopefully being able to approach and confront Nigaki and really have his own battle with her in some form or another. So yeah, we'll do this next chapter, and then I think it'll be the final chapter. I think we'll be able to get both of those done today. So let's get started, shall we? Number 7, two stars. The transparent rose flame was burning. She desperately moved her hand to prevent it from spreading. The transparent rose couldn't be seen if it wasn't on fire, and yet the hospital room was asleep. Even as the blue fire spread, everyone was asleep, as she was desperately moving her hands. Mayuri. Mamiya, is that you? Of course, it's not like there's another me, right? Ah, the little Minato boy. Is he your twin? Not a twin. He took it from me. Huh? Do you understand why I can't be by your side? It's because he took Mamiya's flesh. There was a voice as cold as the air. Was it truly what Mamiya sounded like? Then. Oh, that's terrifying. Look at that. Oh. Then I did the right thing. Mamiya smiled, which meant everything was right. That's why I gave you this. The moment he said that, she felt the weight of 2 metallic objects in her palm. I leave Mamiya's body to you, Mayuri. Miss Mayuri? When she woke up, the girls were looking at her. What's wrong? Were you cold? Oh, yes. Could you come closer? Ah, that sure was a long dream. It showed something impossible, a younger version of herself running away from Tojo Minato. She looked at the clock, the locked drawer fixed onto the closet. This is no dream, however. A sweet kind of gravity continued to dull her resolve. Apparently, Mina had yet to come back to Akihabara. The fact filled her with relief. Yes, this is good. This is the way. Was she a Mandalorian? As long as she existed, the place for Mamiya's flesh to come back wouldn't return. As long as she existed, Mayuri couldn't maintain her shape. Indeed. I won't let anyone tear off my mask. She had to reclaim it. She had to reclaim that laden, cramped normality. The world had been difficult to live in. Mayuri, I'm into a boy from class next door. Will you cheer me on? I see. Though that's how it is. The next day, Mayuri confessed to the boy, and they began dating. Oh, fetch! Why, Mayuri? What? When I said I liked him? Even now, she could remember the face of that girl as she cried. She thought about her question. Not even Mayuri knew what she was doing this. She had expectations for the man the girl liked, but it turned out he was off the mark. Why had she done what she did? Why was she a woman? The transparent rose flame was burning. Oh, whoa! That's interesting. So this is a young Minato? But look at the way that he's dressing already. I've never been hospitalized before. Honestly, I'm just glad I didn't have to go to school. When she first saw Minato, her hair stood on end. He was a normal child, and she didn't know why she felt something was so off about him. No good. I need to get back to work. She was genuinely kind to him. She wanted the child to be how he wanted to be. She wanted to accept him like Mamiya would and become a supportive adult. She wanted to, but... They say Venus is the planet most similar to Earth. I wonder if we can ever move there. I'd rather stay on Earth. Why? Because you can't see the moon from Venus. What would you like to drink, Minato? Hello, big brother. Learning that Toma was Haruki's brother surprised her. It was an unwelcome coincidence. But if you put enough coincidences together, they become inevitabilities. Let's get you back to your room, Minato. Huh? Come on, it's NASA rocket launch footage. You know I like them too. There's a TV in your room. But there's no Mayuri in my room, right? Toma looked at Mayuri like a guardian would. Minato seems to view you favorably. Yes, we're friends, aren't we? Yeah. Mayuri tried to touch his fingers, but then a strong electric shock went through her body. Ow. Huh? Are you okay? It's just some static electricity. I'm fine. Mayuri grabbed her fingers while watching Toma lead Minato out by the hand. Physical rejection, mental rejection. Really? Toma! You did it, didn't you? Nigaki, why did you call me here? What do you want? You instilled Mamiya into Minato. Well, I did. That's what we promised that evening, didn't we? Minato's a good boy, isn't he? You like him too. He's just the right person to instill Mamiya into. Ugh. The transparent rose. Couldn't it be seen if it wasn't on fire. So why did he light it on fire? What about him, is Mamiya? Huh? He's not it. Mamiya isn't like that. We discussed our Mamiya so many times back in that house, and yet... Nigaki, what are you... That's not Mamiya. Oh boy. Oh jeez, what the fetch is this? Mayuri. She felt a heavy sensation digging into her neck. It quickly hit her that this was the same old dream. Minato, that hurt. Are you jealous? Huh? Are you jealous of me? Whoa, what are you...
I grew out my hair to look the way I want. And nobody tells me what to do or gets mad at me for it. Do you want to be me?
Her trachea was being squeezed. The transparent rose flame was burning.
But you can't. You can't be me. You can't cut your hair. You can't wear what you want. You can't live like you want. Why? Say that. Why? Say that at this point, Mamiya. I'm an adult now, and I know that I live the way others want me to.
She desperately moved her hands to prevent it from spreading.
So why? Why would you say that? Huh? I hate this. I want to be nice to Minato, but I can't stomach him no matter how hard I try. But the day I ate Mamiya's flesh, I was the only one who became Mamiya.
Her vision was uncertain, but she knew what she had to do.
I have to claim him for myself.
Dang. So that was why. She literally was like trying to destroy what Toma was doing. She realized that the only thing that she didn't want were new contents. Thus, she would take only the skin and crush the personality with a hammer. And she knew very well how to do that.
Minato, come here.
To make sure it never came out again. She would completely seal it away, put a lid on it, close it off. The hospital room was asleep. Even as the blue fire spread, everyone was asleep, and she was desperately moving her hands.
This body belongs to me. Nigaki, I have any idea what you've done? Yes, there's no going back now. I'll call the police. What do you mean? You're complicit. Huh?
Toma's hand stopped. That could only be because he knew what she meant.
The Mamiya within has finally let out its first cry.
What are you saying? The reason why he was listening to her words so intently was because he himself had felt it, like a premonition.
You will know eventually.
The transparent rose burned up. Dang. Mayuri, you're the one behind the Mina thing, aren't you?
Oh, whatever do you mean?
She let out a deep sigh and squinted behind her sunglasses. Reika sitting next to her was wearing a panicked expression.
Let's ignore him and go.
Hold it.
Don't touch her!
Reika, right. Tell me about the Mina thing. Morichika Haruki's eyes carried the weight of guilt that he felt for hurting Tojo Minato. The light made Reika give in.
Sorry, miss. Just go on without me.
The town of Akihabara was as crowded as an ant hive. Oh, so there's a performance here too. A performance? An incident, more like. Some fan of an indie circle broke in and Mina made him leave with a shoulder throw. Haha, about what I'd expect, thanks.
Morichika Haruki, what are you doing here in Aki?
I looked at his hands and saw a number of photos of the familiar maid.
That's...
Anyway, that's that. I hope it helps with his memories at least a little bit. Morichika Haruki tried to walk away, but I desperately stopped him.
I'll help too.
Huh? Who the hell are you?
I'm Mina fan. You're looking into her, maybe I can help somehow.
Shady. But come with me.
Okay.
He's so eager. Shoulder to shoulder, we passed through the crowd and continued the search. The town had lost its Cinderella, and I heard men's voices. Mina, huh? He's a guy, isn't he? I actually bought some merch. I could hear them talking to my side. Is the display leave now? I don't think I can be a fan anymore. As I watched the ex-fans talk about Mina with weak smiles on their faces, I became less and less aware of how I should have apologized to Tojo Minato. And the crowd moved the garbage in the air. We continued to walk. The weight of having committed an offense was crushing us both.
I want to apologize to Tojo Minato.
Why?
Because I wish for Mina to exist without ever considering how he felt about it.
Huh, just that.
I think it's important.
I found myself using a firm tone. You also don't want anyone to say that hurting him was just that, do you? I'm sorry. I forgave him right away. But Tojo Minato wouldn't know what to do without my apology, would he? I, on the other hand, won't feel right until I apologize. Maybe apologizing is something offenders do for their own ego? I let out a heavy sigh. The white breath rose into the sky. Maybe, but it's true that I hurt him. And it's true that I can't apologize for it. The empty December wind passed us by. Why does nothing ever go right? I just want to patch things up with him. I looked at his frail back. He should be more confident. You can't feel like it's hopeless. I'm sure you can patch things up. My words make him exhale a brief sigh. The colorful neon lights of nighttime Akihabara almost glimmered like a rainbow. Not being able to say sorry sure leaves you powerless. But I guess there's no point in moping about it. The rainbow-colored scenery was currently nothing but a shadow. Alright. Let's see how this goes out. So, no matter what happens, it's interesting because I think Minato has to confront the darkness in himself. But right now, it's almost focusing on everyone else exclusively, which is a bit of a surprise to me. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Carrying heavy crosses on our backs. We took our time walking, leaving the light of Akihabara's liveliness behind us. Spend the night out and came back in the morning, huh, Mayuri?
Shut it, Arisugawa. Got a problem with that?
Not at all. I don't want to get involved in your private life. But I just felt you might have been meeting the guy who looks like Mamiya.
She did. That's why I saw her off and why I'm here myself. I came here because I want you to tell me about your Mamiya.
Interesting. That's everything about our about our Mamiya.
It's not a single person. Those profiles are way too different.
No, they're almost certainly Mamiya, otherwise it wouldn't make sense for them to vanish at the same time. Arisugawa Osama spoke of a woman who supported his life as a writer. Morichika Toma spun a tale about a schoolboy who looked at the stars with him. Samiji Vasato testified about a boy who never died no matter how many times he was killed. That's horrifying. Strangely enough, Tojo Minato was able to relate to all their tales.
They realized that Mamiya doesn't exist.
However, they only wanted a place for their idol, their icon, to live in. Nigaki Mayuri alone was simply watching them without saying a thing. Well, basically, even if there is some discrepancy, you can act as a substitute.
Hey, would you become Mamiya for us?
Tojo Minato was certain that he could act out any role as long as people wanted it.
You'd go back to that house? Are you insane? I mean, there's a bunch of things I need to know if I want to fight you. I'm at a loss for words. They're more serious about Mamiya than you could imagine. They might beat you, brainwash you. You may never leave again.
Then you should keep an eye on them, so that doesn't happen.
Huh? Why me?
So I can fight you.
I can't face you if I don't know the truth behind thy own missing pieces. I have a feeling that's what this is what I want, the same idol, the same icon they want that they want. If I can remember the truth behind it. Please let me meet Mamiya.
Huh, there's no way we could do that.
But I can.
Their eyes focused on Minato.
I'll let you meet Mamiya.
After gathering his resolve, Minato mustered his courage and went to the bathroom. He put his hand on the mirror. Facing himself, he gave his own soul a question. A second pause and then another. Then, as though sinking into the mirror, he lost consciousness. Behind the mirror, behind the moon, behind the eyelids. There, he found a den of the den of a king of illusions. Oh, dang. This is crazy. Of all the people who were Mamiya, he's the only one that's actually been able to contact him. And Minato's saying, I'm going to play the role and be everybody. And he has the same heterochroma eyes. I'd never quite put that together, have I? Like, I noticed it obviously, but I didn't think much of it. I thought it was just a coincidence, but they were going to play it up here. Interesting.
I've wanted to meet you, Tojo Minato. Mamiya, you wanted to meet me too?
Minato tried to speak, but Mamiya raised his hand to stop him.
Hold it. No need for that. I know why you're here. I gave you permission to meet me while being aware of that. You also have something you want to tell me.
As Minato turned pale and became alert, the man gave a broad smile.
You don't have to be so scared of me. I've been looking forward to meeting you face to face. You're beautiful after all, that much is certain.
For reasons unknown, upon being called beautiful, Tojo Minato found himself strongly attracted to the beauty of this entity before him. The color living within his eyes was similar to his own, and yet they were like a mirror to each other. Tojo Minato was shaken to his core, yet Mamiya simply cracked a grin. You're right that I have a proposal for you. In a flash, the distance between them vanished. Here we go. His hair and scarf rode the wind and danced like a dream.
You should also worship me. What do you mean? You've always wanted something to unconditionally believe in, right?
Oh, look at that. It's all the Mamiyas. Dude, this is crazy. Like, I thought the most significant story point we were going to see was going to be with Suo, because he's the source of Mamiya, and I do think that that's going to be the link to the next part of the story. But this is the most interactive we're seeing with the Mamiyas of the past. It's Suo is the link between the source and the kind of conglomeration of all because Suo got to meet all the modern Mamiya illusions. Here, he's meeting all the original Mamiya illusions. This is cool. As he said that, Mamiya's appearance changed into that of an intelligent lady.
Look at me, I can become whatever I want. An adult, a child.
Whenever Minato looked at the source of the voice, Mamiya's face became warped in smoke. Black and green lights were being diffused all over, resembling a turning kaleidoscope.
A woman.
A man. Different voices caressed each of his eardrums when suddenly... Minato quickly began to feel like Mamiya was the most wonderful thing in the world.
Wow, Mamiya, you don't just act, you can actually become anything.
Indeed. This isn't something a mere is acting. I can be your ideal. The transformations continued, the outline swirled, even the border defining the self became vague. What if I became Mamiya? The budding question began to grow within Minato's heart.
What do you think, Tojo Minato? Am I not utterly splendid? You desperately wish for something to act as, don't you? Yes, there's a hole deep in my chest.
The moonlight gently embraced them.
I am able to fill it.
Perhaps he was right.
You would worship me and become an actor playing Mamiya.
Perhaps he could.
Ah, what a wonderful relationship.
Mamiya sounded an audible laugh. He looked so beautiful, it was positively entrancing. Mamiya's proposal was surely one that would satisfy Tojo Minato like nothing else could. However, something deep in his heart,
it might be wonderful,
awakened the intoxication note of sympathy.
But you don't even know who you are, do you?
Mamiya blinked, suddenly surprised, but then resumed smiling.
The same goes for you, no?
He became a single illusion and spoke with a gentle, silent voice. Minato wanted to respond, but struggled to find the words. Mamiya wasn't wrong. He'd lived his life in accordance to other people's ideals.
Though, if I had to answer your question, I am a nobody. A nobody? Unlike you, I don't have flesh that would fix my shape. Is that because you're not born yet?
He closed the distance as if to read the thoughts of a mirror.
Yes.
Still, Mamiya looked at him with composure in his eyes.
I wouldn't expect any less from the twin of my soul. It helps that you have such a high degree of understanding, or rather, sympathy.
That's why you understood other people's expectations and played that role, correct? Wait a minute. It was implying before that Mina was the missing twin, but what if Mamiya is the missing twin? What if that's the source, and that's why they look so similar?
It's a natural gift like no other. Not everyone can do it. Mamiya, this ideal was always affirming. There's no masking it. You were most likely born to be an idol, an icon.
But the affirmation was coupled with domination. The silhouette of a palace stood tall, a deep quiet hung in the air.
So let me say it again. Tojo Minato, please become Mamiya.
A profound silence followed. The moonlight rained heavily on them and lit out their outlines. Mamiya's beauty was like the starry sky, but there was a desolation in that shining, brilliant beauty.
Oh, I see.
He remembered. The person before him was awe-inspiring and seemed to have immense power, but...
That's not it. You're my lonely, unborn, and precious twin.
Mamiya's cheek twitched a little.
Me? Become Mamiya? Before I would have agreed to that in the blink of an eye.
He finally understood.
After all,
He came to realize the true nature with an unease within him.
Aww. I've always wanted to be acknowledged by someone. I wanted someone I didn't even know to tell me that was fine the way I was.
Next thing he knew, his eyes were welling up with tears.
That's why I tried to become someone's ideal.
He bit into his lip, moist from the salty tears.
But now I understand that someone never exists. It never existed.
Would these words reach Mamiya?
I was the one who just had to tell myself.
Minato hoped that they would.
That I was fine the way I was.
Dang. Minato wondered if he was explaining it well, but alas, Mamiya's open-mouthed face said he wasn't.
What are you saying? Wasn't it hard for you to be an icon? Wasn't it difficult for you to have ideals forced upon you?
The smile Mamiya showed him seemed to emanate a hint of doubt. The moonlight shone down on the ground beneath.
If you're my vanishing twin,
Tojo Minato slowly opened his mouth.
Then I want to accept you. I want to accept the you that isn't an icon.
Stop.
Not an icon, not worshipped, and not fiction. That's the you I alone would watch over.
I'm telling you to stop. A beautiful palace stood behind Mamiya as he raised his voice.
Mamiya, please listen. Faith isn't only something a fictional being should exist for. I will do what I can to answer people's expectations.
That's another good one. Dang. I'm gonna be spoiled for choice for thumbnails.
I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want to be hated. I don't want them to look down on me. Oh, that terrifies me. But I still have to play that me that I want to play. So, you can also be a Mamiya that's not worshipped by anyone.
The moon collapsed. The mirror image was contradictory. For a moment, he felt as if Mamiya was replaced, but it was very brief. The moon fell, Mamiya said.
You are beautiful. More beautiful than anyone and everyone.
He came back to his senses.
Did you actually meet Mamiya?
The people around him, the Mamiya believers, gulped and watched over him. As though waiting for the results of the necromantic ritual, they looked at him with waning expressions.
Yes, I did.
And so when they saw Tojo Minato's refreshed expression, they became disappointed. Oh dear, there's no empty space for Mamiya to enter.
So, what do we do with him? Well, let's try beating him up, tying him up, and keeping him here until...
Tojo! You there! King of timing! There was an unknown man at the door.
Huh? What? Who is it? Please wait, Morichika, I'm not ready.
The intruder who had let himself get caught them off guard.
The first time at the hospital, why are you here?
I came to give you this.
Ah, I'm glad we made it in time.
The man forced onto him a bunch of files and a set of clothes. It was traditional maid's uniform with lots of frills and a long skirt.
Wait, this is...
Let's go, Tojo.
Right. Now that I look at him, he's nothing like Mamiya.
Here. It's everything you've lost. He skimmed through the files and saw a bunch of photos of a person in a maid uniform, as well as the details of events involving that person.
This is me.
Sure is. They're all you. And that thing you're holding is yours too. Minato felt the weight of the cloth next to the weight of his file.
Thank you for investigating me.
It wasn't just me. This guy also... Huh? Disappeared. Well, whatever. Anyway, I'll be going now.
Hold on. Didn't we know each other?
It's fine if you don't remember. We just met a couple weeks ago.
Then why did you go this far for me?
Even if a snow globe breaks once. Tobacco smoke rose up. Its smell was familiar to Minato. If you don't play her, Mina will stay dead. The word dead floated alongside the smoke. It reminded him of the moment Natsumi was buried. The air was silent, but his ears could still hear the church hymns that touched his heart.
Oh.
The park was showered in gentle light of morning.
You were Natsumi's friend too, weren't you?
Did you?
I'm slowly starting to remember.
Tojo Minato made a wry grin and took a step towards Morichika Haruki.
If someone stopped performing on the front stage, yeah.
His shoulders trembled in fear, but the smile Minato gave him calmed him down.
He might as well be dead.
The fated men who had lost a common friend got close to each other. The man before him remained silent, silently hiding how shaken he was. Sensing that, Minato's mouth grew gently curved up.
Thank you, Mr. Morichika, for bringing back Mina.
Just Morichika's fine. The expression made Tojo Minato smile.
I feel like I've heard that before. Oh my, hello Haruki. Why aren't you a handsome one?
Thanks.
Hello Haruki.
Yes, hello. Midori, look, it's Santa.
Then I'll give Haruki a strawberry.
Huh? Oh, thanks. Why? Midori, why?
Morichika, Midori likes you. Isn't that great?
The fun times passed in a flash. After seeing them off, Minato took a nice bath.
A lot happened that day.
He laid out what he'd brought in his bed and looked it over. There was a personality history of a member of the concert cafe, as well as the detailed witness reports. He remembered the pale expression he saw when he woke up at the hospital.
I wonder pay him for this.
Next thing he knew, his body grabbed the maid outfit. His body grabbed the maid outfit, and he ran into the night. The wet asphalt reflected the street lights and made the road look dazzling.
I guess I still can't do anything but send him off.
Whoa, he surprised me. Who are you?
What about you? Aren't you me?
Tojo Minato's vanishing twin, huh? After nodding his way to that in a way that means perhaps, she continued.
You probably realized it, but what he does is transform into me. Basically, he's just cosplaying me.
I see.
That's why, if he gets fed up with it or just forgets to do it, it's fine if he just stops.
Are you okay with that?
They're called vanishing twin, but it's actually the unborn one that gets absorbed.
I can't process the way you do.
You were definitely meant to be born 1995. You were meant to be Tojo Minato's twin. And that was suddenly cancelled, huh?
Yes.
That's all the more reason to think that you are his Mina.
Huh?
He told you things so kind and gentle that you surprised, right? Want to do it with me? Moi stop. Anyway, hop on.
Wait, what's with the motorbike?
It's a pumpkin carriage. Let's go.
Wait. How is this happening? How is he actually there? Breathing raggedly, Minato ended up at the nearby river.
It's louder than usual, but strangely enough, I don't dislike it. Hey, twin who lives within me, the other me. I'm sure he's talking to us. You also have the right to hear it.
Oh, that's it. Mina's an illusion that he channels and is the twin. But she's kind of a presence now, too. She's Minato's own illusion, independent of a Mamiya, but of a similar substance.
Could you hear me out? Go on. Go closer. Oh.
He brought the clothes in his arms to his cheek, and gently in a whisper began to talk. Aww. Aw, that's cool. I love that picture so much. Like, it's really hard to see the detail, like, behind him, but I'm pretty sure it's, like, Mina to his back.
I have no words to describe my true feelings. That's why I never said what I wanted to say and instead stayed frustrated while putting on a smile and acting all friendly. But I know enough words to say this much with certainty. The scent of water rode in the wind and tickled his nose. You aren't important to me.
Sorry, I was just realizing the audio's not reflecting very well, so hopefully I'm not too quiet this episode. Anyway.
He's not talking to me. Those words are clearly for you. Just answer him.
Touching Mina's warm palms grasped the maid uniform tightly.
I will never again get a cheap relief from categorizing you or myself. But aren't you uneasy if you're not with everyone else? I am. I'm even trembling because of it right now. But no matter how badly the unease may strain my heart, I'll make sure that there's always a place there for you to sleep. That's what I've decided. Is that the home you prepared? For a fictional being that's not being worshipped? Yeah.
Even now, bared souls were wandering about this town. The rules of mankind, the division of by flesh. Back then, they knew nothing. They were free from the prison of common sense.
After losing my memories, I realized we can stay free even after we gain bodies in this world. This body is my indivisible self. Neither of them have been bound by anything. That includes common sense as well as the past. Huh. Right, Mamiya? Huh? Me? Yes, who else is there? That made me jump. Anyway, let's go.
On the way back, the night sky above was covered in dense clouds and faintly shone as they reflected the streetlights.
You can't see the stars nor the moon.
The color of the darkness was hard to describe. It was like the result of many dull pieces of cloth layered upon each other.
But this isn't so bad. I don't get why I always lump the color together with all these other colors of the night. I could just as easily give a name for every night and love each of them for their unique darkness. Yeah.
As though confirming something, he embraced his other side of the ideal one last time.
Now I can finally get mad.
2 stars. That was pretty good. That went longer than I expected, but we can just make this a long episode. Let's go. Chapter 8, Name of the Briar. A hollow room devoid of people. There were no entwining legs or tender reverberations.
Oh, Haruki, why the scary face?
Tell me, you actually flying out of the country?
I am.
You're going where you're gonna get tamed to death? Ain't like you at all.
I'm just being my own me. Anyway, this is the end of the house, and goodbye to you.
You shouldn't underestimate him.
What are you talking about? Anyway, bye. Try not to catch a cold.
It's like trying to tell him don't die. Forcing Haruki out of the house, Mayuri embraced the 2 metal objects.
Phew.
A chance to use such weapons should never exist. She would bring the final stage act to a close and peacefully put an end to everything.
Peacefully? It is running away. The science classrooms Mamiya is at a loss for words right now.
That didn't matter to Mayuri. After all, Mamiya was her own flesh now.
So this is goodbye then, Nina? It's gonna be lonely without you. Oh, you can chase after me if you want. You're not gonna miss this country? I got someone to look after the kittens at home, and I cleaned up what I had to. I can finally live free and refreshed.
In the silence. Yeah. Mina. The sound of boots hitting the floor filled the large hall. An uneasy commotion was spreading from the distance. Excuse me, but the party's invite only. Were you invited by someone?
Bye, Miss Nagaki.
I will check this list. What is your name? Oh. What? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. So cool. Look at that.
Mina.
The Vanishing Cinderella.
Hello, Miss Nagaki.
Look down at her from the top of the stairs.
I didn't expect to see you here.
Should I go ahead and turn this person away?
No need. I have no problem with this.
But that is hardly proper attire for this hotel.
I'm the star of this party, and I'm allowing this.
My apologies. Right this way, Lady Mina. The sound of high-laced boots going down the stairs resounded across the hall. Mina had been on stage many times before. There was no chance this person would lose a glass slipper now.
Oh,
Mina, where are you going?
I'll go get a drink.
Nagaki came calm exterior hid an irritation that filled her entire body. She felt like dropping dead right there. She was distraught by the fact that this person was here.
Miss Nagaki.
A voice filled the empty hallway.
What? What is this about? I came to fight you to protect my own me. I won't give you this me, and definitely not to Mamiya. You're just saying whatever you want now. Look at you really annoys me. It's a matter of holding back, of endurance, yet you went and came here like it's nothing.
Nagaki flashed a mean glare, making the maid let out a deep breath.
I knew the reason why you're so irritated.
Nagaki's shoulders twitched.
Then go ahead and tell me. First you come here, and now you're provoking me? If you're here to defeat me with your sound logic, then tell me what it is, right away! You hated me. This had nothing to do with Mamiya or anybody else, you just hated someone that was similar to you.
The other person within her heart was trembling. No, she wanted to say she didn't, but... So this is where you were, Nina.
I'm sorry, I was having a bit of a chat.
The main event is about to begin. We ought to start making preparations.
Very well. Oh, and call one more stylist. You need to adhere to the dress code. Huh. I know I came here because I wanted to, but I'm getting all tense. Are you okay, Miss Minato? Thanks, Mamiya.
Did you say Miss Minato or Mr. Minato? Oh, just okay, Minato.
Thanks, Mamiya. I feel like you'd be used to events like this. I'm used to performing, but I don't really like these social situations. That's very much like you.
Mina, what have you done with your clothes? Let me do your hair, hurry.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait to see how our Nina presents herself tonight. This is our farewell party, so she's probably going to wear a gorgeous dress to fit for the occasion. Everyone here is looking forward to seeing Nagaki Mayuri. With the sound of a finger snap, the lights went out. By the time that the light returned to the hall, a person was standing in the middle. Whoa. Ah, yeah, that was it, right? Nagaki is similar. She has that same idea of like she doesn't feel like she's wearing the right skin, essentially. And so she's essentially coming out here, isn't she?
I apologize for the wait.
Oh my. I don't think I've seen him before. What a fine figure of a man. Gasps and signs of wonder spread throughout the hall, centered on the person at the heart of it. Is that Nina? Why is she cross-dressing? The questioning voices were silenced with a mere glance from Nagaki. She wouldn't let anyone speak against this. This is how she would decorate her final stage. She looked over at everyone in the hall until her eyes settled on one particular person.
That looks good on you.
Oh, baby, it does. Look at that hair. Whew. The person she focused on was like a flower, outshining all the other ones in the otherwise overflowing bouquet. carrying a beauty right between that of a sweet young girl and an alluring lady. The person had a glassy shine and only possible once in a lifetime, a miracle of time. The gazes of everyone in the hall were fixated on Nigaki Mayuri and Tojo Minato.
Your hand.
Mayuri respectfully bowed and extended her palm.
Certainly.
The moment she took that hand, slightly bigger than her own, Nigaki Mayuri was overcome with a sense of deja vu. She felt like she'd actually held this hand before. However, the heat of rage quickly wiped away the nostalgic feeling. She didn't want to lose here. She wanted to prove that her choices she'd made so far were the right ones. Oh, baby, look at that. Dude, this is actually phenomenal art here. Holy cow.
Move your legs with mine, just like that. Not bad. You have a touch. You've experienced the dancing at a cafe or showing.
Mayuri pulled the other arm, prompting a turn. With a spin, their scents mixed. The one thing is cool, it's weird to say cool. I mean, it is cool though. Screw whatever anyone else says. I decided to do ballroom dancing. I did a little bit of it growing up. It was kind of like, first it started as the thing that they just taught everybody in elementary school and middle school. And then I would go to dances regularly, like school dances, and they'd have opportunities to do some things like a little bit more like line dancing or even like cha-cha. And I kind of picked up a few bits and pieces to the point where I thought it'd be kind of fun. So when I had an extra like elective for college, I decided to just take no, it wasn't elective actually. It wasn't a class. It was just a like extracurricular, but like a ballroom dance like club activity. I treated it like a class, but didn't grade anything. You just showed up and practiced dancing. But I learned some basics, and it was actually really fun. And my favorite part is that a dance, especially like a formal dance like that, while it might seem like rigid at first, what it actually is about you and your partner having a silent conversation and putting on a performance. And so like by like the way you hold your hands, you actually can communicate with like pushes and kind of like moving with your like one hand who's across the back, like kind of between the shoulder blades. You can move left and right and like subtly kind of guide somebody in a direction. The same with this hand, you can push or pull. And then by combining those motions, you can do signals for things like do pirouette, do spins or dips or whatever. The fun thing about it is the fact that when two of you practice, even if you haven't ever danced with somebody, but they know the general moves, you can do a fairly complicated and beautiful looking dance all through just hand communication. It's like sign language. It's really cool. Anyway, their spins mixed. Within the tension and pressure, a strange excitement began to rise.
Dancing suits you well. I've believed that for a long time. Huh. You don't remember? We met at a clubhouse in Shibuya. I didn't know it was you at first, and I was enchanted. You looked like a pearl in the middle of the desert. You looked like a pearl in the middle of the desert. Is that your way of messing with me? I'm being completely honest.
Tojo Minato fell silent for a moment, but then opened his mouth.
I fell for you. Ever since you were nice to me at the hospital.
While Tojo Minato remained calm, Mayuri was gripped by confusion.
Why would he say that now? Why would he bring up old times like this?
Her steps became heavy, and at some point, Tojo Minato had taken the lead.
You're hesitating about something, Nigaki? Don't you think you can win against me and Mina like that?
Huh. She had nothing to say in response. At this rate, all of it would collapse. Everything that she'd built up.
Out of the way!
To her, that her within her her heart spoke.
You're not worthy as you are now. Hurry up and move. What? What do you mean, what?
The her of her past. The her lacking in experience. The her who was fearless.
I'm the one who will settle things with him.
With a resolute attitude the current her had lost, she made a firm step. The music echoing through the hall gradually reached its end. A silence arrived as the transformation took place.
Minato.
Tojo Minato could tell the tone of her voice had changed.
You think you can win against an unrefined brat like you? Huh. Don't underestimate Nigaki Mayuri.
Her prickly attitude was full of youth.
We're starting over.
Before Tojo Minato could understand what was going on, the next song began.
Huh.
It was a high-tempoed rhythm of Latin origin. A large flow of people danced around them. A light flow of steps, and the two of them were talking. various flows and musics intertwined and formed a single vortex. Minato tried to escape, but before he could, a long, suited leg appeared in his way.
Stop spacing out.
The moment he found himself staggering and grabbed an arm, an embraced waist brought him back to the flow.
You're the one who tried to trip me up.
The movements, completely different from before, made Tojo Minato's eyes open wide. An unyielding spirit that rose above fear and gave a definite certainty to Nigaki Mayuri's steps.
What's wrong? Is this the extent of your spirit? Show me what you've got.
Minato responded with a firm step of his own. It wasn't a refined dance befitting in the event, but a plain approximation of the choreography he knew.
Huh?
Oh.
Is that how you dance at the cafe?
He then synchronized the rest of his body with his steps.
That's right! The only dances I can do are the kind that please the customer. I like that. You're on.
If Tojo Minato raised a leg, Nigaki Mayuri lowered her center of gravity. As the turn assisted the movement of the cloth, an extended arm was grabbed in an instant. Though intoxicated, the current continued to flow. The drew an arc, came close, synced their steps. Emotions spiraled, the vortex of resentment grew deeper. Tojo Minato's eyes gleamed as though he was enjoying this like nothing else. His face expressed that he had no idea dancing could be this much fun. This must have been what he wanted to do, and Mayuri could see it clearly. She could easily put an end to things with just this.
There's no way I'd accept such a cliché conclusion.
The sudden darkness was an icicle. It struck her back and made her heart come to a stop.
Nigaki Mayuri, your flesh surely remembers. You're the one who devoured Mamiya's flesh.
Afterglow of the offense she'd accepted that day.
Consistency has to be established.
The metallic objects at the side of her jacket began to shake.
Use me, hurry! Use me and kill Tojo Minato.
It didn't take long for her eyes to once again take on a cruel glint.
Miss Nigaki? Don't lose your step.
As Tojo Minato realized that something was off, she pulled him into the music and moved him. He did as told and focused on maintaining his steps.
Minato, you deserve praise for coming here.
In her hand,
so here's your reward.
There was a small knife.
Use it to stab me. No! What good will come of this? Is it because you hate me?
Then,
because I can't tolerate you!
She used the other knife she had hidden to make a cut in Tojo Minato's dress.
See? This is what a fight is. But if you still remain naive enough to say you don't want to fight...
The air conveyed a sense of cloth being sliced.
Then die along with your dignity.
The cut became deeper. A sharper move would lay the skin bare.
The choice is in your hands. Will you stab me and become an offender, or run away and kill Mina's existence?
Mayuri pulled harder on the knife in her hand.
You have until the song ends to make your decision.
The string instruments played an oppressively heavy tune that rushed to selfish decision.
No! I won't harm you, no matter what!
Tojo Minato looked straight at Nigaki Mayuri. He was exposed to immense madness, but didn't even make him flinch.
I don't care if I'm exposed. I'm not scared of that anymore. Don't you get it, Mayuri? I'm far more scared of hurting you.
Her teeth chattered as she pointed the blade at him.
That's all the more reason for you to end this. Just end everything here and now.
I'm telling you I won't. As Nigaki Mayuri held up her arm, Tojo Minato put his wrist in a tight grip.
Before the regret of your sins you've committed crushes you.
The dress was torn.
You have to change yourself. You're exactly the kind of person who can. Am I not right?
Her eyes trembled. He was right. She could change. She could be the she that she wanted to.
Use me. Hurry up and use me.
The knife nearly fell out of her palm. Dang, what is happening? But she grabbed it with her mouth. She desperately tried to maintain her intent to kill.
Why?
The abnormal sight made Minato try to force his body to stop.
I can't stop. I can't get away from the dance.
The purple eyes glared at Tojo Minato. A beautiful fascination transformed into hypnosis. At this point, stopping this party was utterly out of everyone's reach. Still showing no fear, Tojo Minato brought his face close.
Say it.
Saliva trickled from the woman's mouth. Her demonic visage was nothing if not unfit for this party.
Say you need me more than Mamiya.
The music wasn't stopping, the dance wasn't ending. Tojo Minato grasped Nigaki Mayuri's hand over and over, paying no attention to how the other knife in her palm cut both their skins.
Say it, Mayuri.
A red flower petal dripped from their joined hands. Why was he able to act so tough? They both felt the same pain, so why wasn't it showing on his face? Perhaps he believed that he wouldn't care no matter how many times he was hurt. What if her own her could also play out a role without caring what others thought?
Huh.
A metallic sound fell between them.
I need you. I need you in my future.
She began crying like a young child. But even with the blood, knives, and tears left in the past, their legs still didn't stop.
I'm sorry, I can't end. Mamiya, this body is still mad. Unless one of us is hurt, Mayuri, thank you for needing me. Now I'll be able to protect you. Will you believe me?
After a moment of hesitation, Nigaki Mayuri nodded. With that, Tojo Minato quickened his pace of his steps. He led them to the side pool installed outside the hall, pulling the joined hands toward him. He lowered and turned his body to his shoulder to Nigaki Mayuri. Rah! A loud splash resounded through the hall. The people stopped moving and looked at the poolside. Oh wow, look at that. That's such a cruel picture. Holy cow. In the silence, a silhouette appeared, making everyone widen their eyes. A young man wearing torn cloths was carrying a long-haired beauty who had taken in too much water. They looked like a sculpture that had been loved and revered for centuries. It was a sight so beautiful it made everyone gasp.
Please, call an ambulance.
Right. The people came back to their senses and slowly walked away. Tojo Minato found Nigaki Mayuri so light it almost scared him.
Sorry, Mayuri, but I won't let you be my wound anymore. I will suppress even you and become a new me.
Epilogue. Parentheses blank. That was so cool! Dang, this episode slapped.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Master. It's my first time coming here. My, so you were away for a long time.
I ordered a specific maid.
Very well. One moment, please. Welcome back, Master. I'm your maid, Mina.
Mina was at the maid cafe just as before.
Welcome back, Mina. Welcome back, Mina. You won't believe how hard it was without you. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the trouble I caused. A lot of customers have come back though, so we don't get some of our regulars. We don't get some of our regulars anymore. That's understandable. I can write off as people finding fulfilling personal lives and leave them with little to no time for maid cafes. You sure don't hold back. What a sharp tongue you have. Is that really so mean? Anyway, we have new masters too. We'll just be the maids like we've always been. Right, Mina? Yes, I'll do my best. That's the spirit. Anyway, about the upcoming Valentine's event. Cut my hair.
Huh?
It's a nuisance, and I probably won't be able to care much for it from now on. So cut it. Are you sure I should do it? Who else could? I'm counting on you, Minato. This is kind of weird. I've always wanted to touch your hair. Huh? Really?
As she looked away, her shoulders were trembling, but the throat behind her nape was moving up and down.
Are you tense? I'm not. That was a lie. I mean, I've never cut my hair short. Not even once. No. Mama told me I'm not allowed to cut it. Then, here I go. Please do.
Within the sound of a reflecting bathtub, only a faint noise of scissors could be heard.
Ah, crap. Seriously? Sorry, I'm joking. Don't do that. You were assuming acting as Mina, didn't you? That's what Reika told me. Yeah. Some accepted it, others not so much. It's a bit of a mixed bag. Minato, there's one thing I want you to keep in mind. Mina should never, ever become the representation of someone's opinions. If she was exposed to malice, subject to criticism, is now making a comeback. She could easily become used as a convenient symbol of someone's claims. You're saying some complicated stuff. This is no laughing matter. I'm saying that you should consider other paths as well. Being a symbol others can come to for opinions will lead them to treatment worse than a person. Being used as a convenient source of answers to other people's lives is an awful thing. You want to act up Mina, right? Yeah. This world is full of malicious goodwill. Never forget that.
Malicious goodwill. Interesting. I guess that's a good description of fans, right? I'm really lucky because I have such a small community that those of you who are here and sticking around and continue to watch especially are really positive. We've had great interactions. We've had very infrequent negativity on the channel. And oftentimes when it has been negative, I've been able to confront it in a way that's, constructive usually. Either, leaving a comment that was just full of meaning and appreciating the fact that they at least were here, which usually turned things around and I just never heard from them again. Or we had a few times where we saw someone causing trouble in the community and I kind of had to give a warning, and luckily we didn't have to, remove anybody so far. But, that's the downside, is as you get larger groups and get more attention, you can draw some of that more, what was the phrase they just used? Malicious goodwill. And that's even beyond trolls and stuff. I'm talking about the people who are fans, but who decide in their heads what you should do as the person they respect, and get upset at you personally for not doing what they think is best for you, which is an interesting thing. Malicious goodwill.
I won't. Oh, and if something happens, this will be the last time we meet. You don't have to force yourself to visit me in there. I don't like that. I still haven't forgiven you. As you said, you needed me, right? That's why I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting my whole life to see you change.
Tojo Minato walked to an aged cinema. The wooden floorboards creaked as the old interior cast shadows on the dimly lit space. The light of the screen illuminated Tojo Minato's side profile. It was also reflected by his eyes.
I think I should try to become an actor.
A sudden confession made me turn to his side.
I'll keep being Mina, of course, no matter what someone or anyone says. But now I want to know other me's as well.
I see. Actor, huh? Not quite what I expected, but I might be a good fit for you.
Look at you saying what just sounds good. No matter what I'm acting as, your heart only has room for Mina, doesn't it? You won't look at any other but me beyond that.
That's not true. I'll support whatever role you do. But I can't look that far ahead. I'm dead after all.
I couldn't even give the phone back to you.
I don't actually remember why I gave it to you in the first place. But if you don't mind, keep it for yourself.
You're really good at making me feel all sad and lonely.
He grasped the phone and tried to stop me, but I didn't let it faze me and talked to him directly. I'm always cheering you on. After all, though Natsumi may be a Mina's fan, he's also the #1 fan of you, Tojo Minato. He squinted his trembling eyes and then let the tears flow freely.
This is so sad.
By the time he extended his hand to me, everything was overcome by silence, marking the end of the movie. Tojo Minato looked away from the screen. There was no one at his side. He let out a deep sigh and stood up.
I'm sorry, Natsumi, but I myself am my #1 fan.
He left the cinema and looked up at the sky. He had an uncertain color that made it seem like both the evening and the night. The faint streetlights worked to empower the melancholy mood in the air. He was surrounded by the noise of people and the thundering cars.
What would be a good name to give the color of this sky?
After some thinking, he sent a name of his own to the sky above. He etched it into his heart, put a faint smile as he walked through the streets.
Yeah, that name is so me.
That was sweet. Ah, that was good. Ending. Blank. this. Oh, I'm guessing it's blank for like fill in the blanks, the possible spaces. Be what you can and want to be. Is there an epilogue or is that it? Oh, yep, there's something.
And you asked me to bring the phone, right?
Yeah, give it to me for a sec. So was there Natsume's video message.
Video message?
When he played it, it showed Natsume looking right at the camera. Whoa, look at that! He looks so cool!
Natsume.
His expression was peaceful. We've seen that version of Natsume before, but like it must be the real Natsume.
When was this taken?
December 1st, 2012.
That's this month. And the last time... Huh?
Yeah. Something's not right. He was missing for 3 days after he died.
Then who is this?
So someone's watching this right now. Have you read my informal will?
His informal will?
What is he talking about? I gave the phone to the person who would become Mamiya's vessel.
Huh?
For fantasy to exist, we have to put an end to the gaze of society. This is spade work to achieve that, so I'd like your help with it. And please don't worry. I am Mamiya reborn. Oh, that's interesting. You're a Mamiya. Oh no, it was the Mamiya we made by accident. Oh crap, it's still around. Okay, that's exciting. Next time we're gonna find out the episode, we're gonna be like, I think what we're gonna, okay, let's actually try it real fast. So we go to end list. Oh, I've got chills. I've got chills. All right, because I think we got all like the true endings, right? All right, so extra. What else is it? Here we go to here. Act 3. Okay, yeah, so we've done all these. And I think we start prologue 2, how to kill a story. The writing's work is undone, but the question still remains. What are these though? Doomsday, another track? Oh, yeah, okay. So that's what this was. This ending. Like this extra ending. And then what we do is we go and we went to the other side. That's the Suo one where it talks about like where he came from. Yeah. These are the two. So these are like the bookends that matter the most. Suo's the one that hides the story of where Mamiya came from. And Minato is the story about the new Mamiya, which was the Natsume that Natsume accidentally created by replacing Mamiya. And now we're going to have to figure out how to fix those. And I think we've done Doomsday Dreams, right? Prologue 1, Prologue 2. I guess like it's grayed out, so it's like I think we need to do this one. So like I guess if you specifically like know, like I think it's Prologue 2 that we're gonna go for, and it should unlock some new stuff here. Or this is the next thing we have to do, which I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, no, we've got all the episodes we need. I think we're ready to move forward. And so yeah. Oh, that's gonna be so interesting. So yeah, we're gonna do this next time. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, on maybe like what direction I need to go next to kind of progress the story. But oh, that was good. I really enjoyed that. Minato's definitely my favorite character, and it's very fun to see the exploration of his like nature and everything. And that's gonna be really fascinating to kind of pull together and see how it's all gonna convene. Because that's the thing. Remember, I talked about there was 2. What if the second figure was Mamiya Reborn? So we have Mamiya and Mamiya Reborn. They were the origin of each other. They're like a cyclical loop, almost like how Suo and Ryo are tied together. How they're like entwined. I think the Natsume Mamiya and Mamiya are entwined in that way. They're kind of like became each other, sourced from each other. So we're gonna get to that whole mess. But yeah. That's going to be exciting. So thank you so much for being here. I look forward to sharing that with you next week. But until the next video you're watching me, I've seen me in next. I'll see you there.